Don't know if you can hear the sound there. It's got some exhaust noise. It's not a loud note, it's kind of a muted note with the shift overrun that Audis have. It's kind of this poof, poof sound. Poof, poof.
Is that an E flat, an F sharp? You said it was a muted note.
Well, I'm going to leave that to you.
Alright, I'm going to say it was an E flat. Good morning. Twin Cam is in Virginia, Northern Virginia that is. If you've ever wondered what Volkswagen's headquarters in the United States looks like, here it is, and there it is. You might have heard about Volkswagen a little bit lately.
They've been in the
We're here
news
today to drive all kinds of different Audis from Volkswagen Group of America.
1, 2, 3.
This is Volkswagen of America's headquarters. Let's go in and see what they got. What you're looking at here is Mike Galati's A4 from the Speed GT series. It's actually Pirelli World Challenge these days, and it's on the floor here in VW Group headquarters. Let's walk on in. As you can see, it's Audi trophy time behind me, a case of automotive success. I like the color of this car. We'll try and get more exterior shots for you all to see, but it is kind of a, I don't know, it's a gray.
It's a soft gray.
It's a soft gray.
I'm going to call it a cream gray.
It's almost kind of like a lacquer finish that you would have had an older finish, not a lacquer finish.
Not a lacquer finish, like an older
this
paint
is a
finish.
lacquer finish Audi TTS. How
It's
about
lacquering for nothing.
Oh no.
I did that. Yes, I did.
This happens.
Let's see how a TTRS or a TTS, which is what we're driving, accelerates in dynamic mode. Wow, it's got some throttle lag. Once she gets going, some miles an hour.
Were you matted there?
I was flat. Impressive, but not overly impressive. So while we have a minute, let me tell you just a little bit about the technical specifications of this Audi TTRS 2016 model. It has, as so much of the Volkswagen and Audi lineup, the 4-cylinder 2-liter turbo power plant. In this application, in the TTS, it makes 292 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque in what I'm sure is a fairly heavy car. I don't have the stat in front of me, but I'm gonna guess this thing probably weighs 3,600 pounds. Of course, it's an Audi, and so, as would make sense, it's got all-wheel drive, or Audi Quattro, as they like to call it. So you can land on the throttle all day, and you've got a lot of grip, and it'll take off. maybe not as much tail-out fun as you'd have in some other two-seater cars, but that's kind of not the Audi maxim or the Audi way.
Lovely countryside. Whoa. And magically, seats have been switched, and I, Jan, am in the driver's seat, just experiencing the TTS for the first time. This car is in a exterior color called Nano Gray Metallic with an express red interior. You'll see some of that. We're sort of sitting on the express red bits right now, which are the seats. A note about those: we've been in the car for about an hour now, and it's not terrible or anything like that, but Audi seat cushions, I find, and I think Eric agrees,
The bottom cushions.
the bottom cushions are a little flat always, and they seem a little hard to me. It doesn't take that long for my posterior to not become real uncomfortable or anything, but not be the most comfortable. So that's something to note. Also, this dead pedal Eric found, and I found, I'm finding as well, is a little far forward for me. It's weird. It's like it's making me do this or something. One leg, this one, the left one, is a little further back than the right one on the accelerator. So there's that. These paddles are awfully small, but as Eric and I were saying, you know, in this car, and even more with sedans, really, after a few tries, people don't use the paddles that much, and that's why they're sort of an afterthought.
Look, everyone, mountain, foothill, something like that. It's obscured in cloud, so it's, you know, high enough for that. So what do I think of the Audi TTS? I think it's a nice two-seat car as a Boulevardier. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the TT feels like a lot of Audis. It's kind of artificial. There's some very nice things, some excellent technology, but you notice it.
I'm going to concur with Eric on this. The TTS is a nice car. In a way, I think you could almost just get the TT and get just as much. In its nano gray metallic, it is an attractive car. It's a good-looking little coupe. Not quite the Bauhaus style that we saw with the earliest models of this car. I like it. It's very artisanal out here.
Very crafty. Well, it's the afternoon of our Audi drive for the day, and look what we got.
This is an RS7, and it is bonkers. 605 horsepower from this beastie, and it will get to 0-60 in the range of 3 seconds.
It's bloody fast, man.
It's bloody fast. Let's find out more.
Well, you find us in the Audi RS7.
We were outside, now we got inside.
Inside. We lucked out and went from the TTS to this car. We are fortunate. I've had an RS7 in the recent past to drive, so I got to know it over the course of a week or more, and
it's a big lovable clown, kind of. I mean, this thing is so fast, and you don't expect the speed in this car. The way it does it with the sound, with the shifts. I wouldn't say it's heavy on personality, it's just heavy on bonkers-ness.
When you mat this thing, it goes like a crazed dog.
We can't even talk about how it goes, because you and I, we've gone.
It's a beast. I tell you, it's a beast. We're doing a lot of sort of suburban sprawl kind of driving right now, and as fast as this car is, and as crazy performance as it has, it's actually very good at this. We were in the TT earlier. Not surprisingly, this is a lot more comfortable. It's amazing to be in a car with this kind of performance. Again, I said I think this car is 0-60 in the low 3s. We'll confirm that and put that up on the screen. But here we are, just lumping along in traffic. This is one of the things that's amazing about modern cars. They have the kind of straight line performance and cornering, but particularly straight line performance in this case, that you would only have gotten in the past from a car with a big lumpy cam that was sitting there going brum brum and was no good at low speed.
Do that again.
Brum brum. Well done. Thank you. And so that is one of the amazing things about it. This car is equipped with carbon ceramic brakes, which I'm not really sure how necessary they are on the street.
It's
for
an
a car
interesting
like
thing, you
this.
know, a lot of people will buy a car like this, and because, frankly, they have the money, they're like, carbon ceramic brakes, gotta have those. That, you know, that reduces the weight at the wheels, and it's a street car. Nobody's really gonna be lapping these on track, except for on a very few occasions. And okay, on those occasions, your carbon brakes might be nice. They're really, a polite way to put it is overkill.
Yeah,
really.
but then if you don't get them, you can't sidle up to people and say, "I've got carbon brakes."
Hi, I've got carbon
You
brakes.
got carbon?
Have you got carbon?
Speaking
I've got
of carbon
Yes.
brakes.
And from the driver's view, here's a view of the lovely RS7
Lovely.
interior. You can see there's carbon fiber everywhere here in the center dash. I don't know if the camera is picking
And
that
the center
up.
tunnel.
And even, yes, this center console here's got the carbon fiber surround.
I'm not really that huge a fan.
Yeah, there are
if
people
it's
who-
non-functional, I guess if you like the weave look, great. It really doesn't do a lot for me.
There are
but-
people who have a serious carbon fiber fetish.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to equip this with like some sort of faux wood trim or something like
No
that.
pine.
Well, it's not a Bentley. Although
No.
that's real, by the way.
Real
That's
wood,
real
baby.
wood.
Well, I'm pretty sure you could probably get real wood in an Audi. What do you think?
Oh.
What are you gonna do for dinner tonight?
Well, let's see. I've had a fairly decent breakfast and lunch. More than I normally have, you know? And I don't like to have more than I normally have.
Yeah, you know, as people will come to understand, we're not, you or I, really early day eaters, are we?
Well, I don't know how they're going to come to understand that,
Oh.
actually.
They're going to come.
Do you plan to
understand.
film the non-breakfast that you have? The absence of breakfast?
Yeah,
Is that it?
A table with nothing on it.
So I don't think that's probably very interesting to these nice people.
Yeah. You gonna do anything tonight, or you gonna crash?
No, tonight is a couch night. I'm going to be on the couch. I will, as normal, dial up some racing, which of course
Racing.
women love it. There's nothing better they love than to sit down and
They
watch.
are all about
You know, a
it.
24-hour race, if you can find them, you can usually, if, you know, your significant other, girlfriend, wife, or whatever wants to go get something done, that'll get them to get it done.
You know,
They
there's
generally don't
there's
want to be around for
Audi
that.
RS, might be an RS5 behind us. You
Well.
guys can't see that, but he's gonna come by right now. He's gonna come by. We're
It's
gonna have
quite
some
an Audi
love.
day. Let's see if he even
It's gonna be
looks.
some Audi love. He
Yeah,
liked it. Yeah,
he
man.
liked it. He liked it a lot. Another RS7. See, that's what that is.
Nevertheless, it's kind of cool back here. Also, I think you're going to figure out if you're taller than me, 5'10", the back with the sloping roof is not going to work so well for you.
Might want to get
Such-
bigger car.
Such is the cost of performance and style.
It is.